Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a video full of exciting news and mysteries because we finally have new official information about Garten of Banban 8. Like and subscribe please. Yes, you heard that right. The developers, the Euphoric brothers, are working hard, and just recently Faris, one of the two brothers and developer of the game, has shared some very interesting new messages on Discord, along with a brand new official image that hides more secrets than it seems. In this video, we're going to analyze the image in every little detail, discover connections to the previous chapters, and read Faris's messages together, trying to understand what's truly coming in this highly anticipated 8th chapter. If you're a true Garten of Banban fan, or if you simply love horror games full of mysteries, creepy mascots, and plot twists, then you're in the right place. I suggest you stay until the end, because there are some very interesting materials that might reveal something big. Indeed, finally we got a new official picture, and this time the image will reveal something big. But before we dive into the analysis, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave a like if you enjoy Garten of Banban videos. I'm working on many new uploads, theories, hidden analysis, gameplay, and special videos all about Garten of Banban 8. So if you want to stay updated with all the latest news, subscribe now and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss a single update. Now get ready, let's start directly with the most interesting news, the new official picture. Let's begin. Perfect, let's get straight into it. Take a look at this message posted directly by Faris on Discord, one of the developers of the game and a member of the Euphoric brothers. As you can see, he shared a brand new official image, and he clearly confirmed that this is a scene from chapter 8 of Garten of Banban. So this means we're not talking about concept art or some scrapped content. No, this is a real official preview of the game, released by the developer himself. That's right, we can definitely call this an official leak, but with the special twist that it was shared directly by the creators of the game as a little teaser for us fans. And the most interesting part is that Faris clearly wrote this image is part of chapter 8. So what we're about to look at is real canon and most likely hides some clues about what's coming in the next update of the game. In the next segment, we'll take a closer look at this image. Stay with me, because we're about to dive into a full analysis, and I promise you, there are some really strange things to discover. Alright, now it's time for what you've all been waiting for. I'm going to show you the official image shared by Faris. This is a real preview of what awaits us in Garten of Banban 8, so pay close attention to every detail. Here it is. I'll leave it on screen for a few seconds so you can take a good look at it. And now, let's start breaking it down. What we're seeing here clearly looks like a new area of the game, never seen in the previous chapters. Look closely. There are some windows, and down below you can see a staircase going to a lower floor. This detail is very important because it suggests that we are inside a building and not in a basement or open area like we've seen in earlier parts of the game. We already saw that chapter 8 will be set in the city, so this building might be part of that city, maybe even one of the first locations we'll get to explore in chapter 8. And now listen up, because I did something interesting. I tried increasing the brightness of the image, lightening the darker areas, and guess what? With this brighter version we can clearly see a new detail that was almost invisible in the original. There's a ceiling above. This is an important clue, because it confirms once and for all that we are inside a building. We're not in an underground facility or an open structure. We're in an actual building, and this could be directly tied to the urban setting mentioned for chapter 8. So between the windows, the descending stairs, and now the visible ceiling, we can confidently say that this scene takes place inside one of the city's buildings. Maybe it's even one of the very first locations we'll explore in the new chapter. Another aspect we absolutely can't ignore is the graphic quality of this image. As the Euphoric brothers already announced a few months ago, chapter 8 will bring significant graphic improvements compared to the previous chapters, and now we can finally see them with our own eyes. Looking closely at the image, we can immediately notice that the level of detail is clearly higher. Textures are sharper, colors are more realistic, and the overall atmosphere feels much more polished and cinematic. But the detail that impressed me the most is the reflection on the glass. If you look carefully, you'll notice that there's a very well-defined light reflection on the window. And what's even more interesting is that this light also reflects on the wall next to it, creating a very realistic and refined effect. This confirms two things. First, it tells us that the light source is internal to the building, probably from another part of the room or from artificial lighting. Second, it shows us that the developers are truly working on improving the game's graphics, adding dynamic and realistic effects that were much simpler or even absent before. In short, this image doesn't just show us a mysterious place, It's also a practical demonstration of the progress Garten of Banban is making, not only in terms of story and gameplay, but also from a technical and visual perspective. Now let's try to make an interesting connection. If you remember, in previous videos we talked about a very important message written by Faris, where he clearly said that Garten of Banban would be back soon. That message wasn't random at all. In fact, it strongly suggested that the release of Chapter 8 is really close. So, if the game is about to come out, it makes sense to think that the final trailer is also going to be released very soon. And here's where an interesting theory comes in. What if this image is actually a first preview of what we'll see in the upcoming trailer? For now, the image only shows us an area, but we know very well that in Garten of Banban every location has meaning. And very often it's in these seemingly quiet areas that the most disturbing events take place, so we can't rule out the possibility that something important will happen in this area, the one shown in the image, maybe the sudden arrival of a new mascot, a crucial story event, or even a twist that changes everything. For now, these are just theories. Now let's move on to another very interesting message that Faris wrote on Discord. The message says, yes, in Garten of Banban 8 there's something else also very optimized. This message, although short, is very important because it officially confirms something we already talked about in yesterday's video. The Euphoric brothers are working to make Chapter 8 much more optimized. In my previous video, I already suggested that the developers were aiming to improve the game's performance, especially to make it run well even on lower-end devices. And now, with this line from Faris, we have definitive confirmation. This means that Garten of Banban 8 will be lighter, smoother, and more stable on a wide range of devices, including those that aren't very powerful. That's great news for many players who may have had issues with the previous chapters. And pay attention, Faris also says there's something else, which strongly suggests that there will be surprises, maybe related to new characters, new environments, or brand new features. In short, between improved graphics, technical optimization, and new locations, this Chapter 8 is turning out to be much more ambitious than expected. And this message from Faris confirms it. In this video, we talked about the official news regarding Garten of Banban 8. It all started from a message posted by Faris, one of the Euphoric brothers, on the game's official Discord server. In that message, a new official image was shared, and Faris confirmed that it is part of Chapter 8. This means it's an actual official leak, a real preview of the game shared directly by the developer. We carefully looked at the image and saw that it shows a new environment in the game, probably a building located in the city. There are visible windows, a staircase going down, and after increasing the brightness, even a ceiling becomes visible. All these details make it clear that we are inside a building, and that part of Chapter 8 might be set in an urban area. Then we made a connection with a previous message from Faris, where he said that Garten of Banban would be coming back soon. This image might be one of the first previews from the final trailer. Maybe this very scene will appear in the trailer, or be the setting of an important event in the game. Right now, we can't know for sure, but there are many possibilities and plenty of theories. We also talked about the graphical quality of the image and noticed the big improvements the Euphoric brothers had promised. The textures, colors, and especially the reflections on the windows show a significant upgrade compared to previous chapters. Stay tuned for the next big news and information. Like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.